Hello everybody and good morning to you. Hey Valerie, how are you? Hey Martin, let's see, Michael Erickson, hope you're doing well. Tom Thumb, good to see you. Got 22 people in the chat already, so got a couple of boxes to hunt, 2 flat boxes. They look like they were somewhat circulated, so we will see what we can do with those. I might be feeling a teensy bit better this morning, just a little bit, so we're just going to go with it. My voice is still in and out. Had some stuff kind of moving this morning, so hopefully maybe we're getting toward the other end of it. So anyway, we're going to hunt these 2 boxes. As I've been doing, we will do all the drone shots. We will do all of the giveaways at the end of the stream, and we will do that based on what we find in the box. I did add B nickels, buffalo nickels, and 2025 nickels to each. Hey, Silver Serpent, Cadro Hunter, how are you? To each of the giveaways for today. From Michael Erickson, Jim Thompson, and Vet for Truth. Those were some giveaways that they had sent me, so we will include those with whatever we can put together from the box. If the boxes don't provide very well, we're a little bit ahead of the game because we really had a good box Tuesday with 6 90s and a couple of 40s. So I've got a little bit put back to got a package. You are welcome, Mr. Thompson. Hey, Brian Robeson. And so that's where we'll do giveaways. We'll see where we get there, and then we will do giveaways based on what we found for the day. So with that being said, I am, Brian, for twin member for 19 months. Thank you, Brian. I am going to start doing some boxes for Pa and the benefit that he does every year for suicide prevention. So at some point we are going to have some streams where basically the only giveaways we will probably do will be the, what people have sent or things of that nature, because all of the box goodies will go. I don't know, maybe I match a few things to put some stuff together for the giveaway, but we want the focus on those boxes to be toward the donators. Hey, William E. So let's run the list and see who all is here. Let's see. I have Blistering Barnacles, Brian and the Twin, Brian Robeson, Cadro Hunter, Captain Vic, Chicken Man Dan, Chris Helm, Drone Shot, Fleabag, JC Likes Pam, Jim Thompson, Martin Bowen, Michael Erickson, Shell Bell, Silver Serpent, Sky Quest, Tea Time, Tom Thumb, Valerie Bowen, William E., and of course, superfan Gabe Bowen. How are you doing, Gabe? I hope you're having a good morning this morning. Thank you for always being there. And we are going to get started. So let's go. Lots of football on today. We are on an off weekend, which those kind of get to be a little bit welcome after a while, because they can be such a, it's a 2023, so we got one newbie there. But so anyway, yeah, I did some bills to this week, and I found, thank you, Gabe, I found a X note. Has anybody ever found an X note in their bills? I also found a Sacramento for my calendar I got to get on. I also found 5 5s in a row. That's a cool bill there. And then I found this note. It is the last prefix is an X. Namaste comes in with 10 membership. Look at him go. We have Sean Leslie, T-Rep, Bellow Sport, Ross Vanderberg. Hey, Ross, I haven't seen you in a while. MJ Squirrel, Colonels Collecting, Mike Carney, Joe Hanna, don't want to miss, Bill Snodgrass, David Goolidge, and I think that's it. Thank you, Namaste. That was very generous of you, my friend. But yeah, I found this with the X prefix on the end, and I hear tell that those are hard to find with that on there. So that's my first X note, so to speak, that I've found so far. I also had a star note that was just a general one. So anyway, that was my currency finds this week. $71D. Paul's had a comment video today that he will be headed back from the beach. Grammy's still recovering well, so he won't be on today, but should be on tomorrow. There's a big auction on Heritage Auction I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I've got a couple of, I mean, absolutely gorgeous banknotes from Alabama that I'm going to try to bid on. Hopefully can have some success on that. I bought a few things from Heritage, not very many, but I have done a little business on there. It's a good place to buy things that you don't have to worry about there being issues with. They're pretty much as shown. Hey, show me. Okay, I need to look for those too then, Namaste. Like I said, I'm not an expert in either coins or bills, so I'm always like to look for the oddities, you know. So if PCGS requested me to, yes, if you undervalued a coin, then yes, it costs more if the coin's worth a certain amount. So if you sent a coin in and you undervalued it, then yes, they will charge you extra for the service. It works the same way on currency also. Martin and I have 29 bills sitting at PMG to be graded. Waiting on those to come back. $71D. Okay, nice. Yeah, if you undervalued it, then yeah, there's threshold that can be crossed with that can cause it to cost more. So yeah, Yeah, that's a good thing. 73. $72D. Well, I don't know about all that, Valerie. I'm happy Gabe enjoys the show for sure. So. I would probably think so, J-Dud. I mean, because when you fill out the paperwork to do those things, you have to estimate the price. And when you do the pricing also, if I'm not mistaken, it grades bills based on the value. So, you know, this value to that, anything over a certain value has to go to a different tier. So, so I would think they all do the same thing. I have never graded with PCGS, so I am assuming with PCGS. I have graded with NGC and PMG for bills. So, but I would think that they were all the same because they have to, you know, there's actual wording in the contract on the note's value, and if you undervalue it, and if you undergrade it, you know, if you undergrade it too, if you think it's going to be a mint state 62 and it ended up being significantly higher, well, that in itself can mean that, you know, because y'all know how the grading goes when you look at it like on a gray sheet or in the you can go a 63, a 64, somewhere in there and not see much change. But then one grade, you can go from a 64 to a 65 or a 65 to a 66. And there can be $1,000 difference on a desirable coin. And that in itself can knock the value up so high that it would require them to get in touch with you as far as the grading price. So, you know, there's a lot that could do, you know, could impact that. Yeah, now I'm gonna. That is one I've only graded one time from Annex, and it was this Fujio cent that I sent in to be graded, and so I have never really done the paperwork and stuff for Annex. I sent this in Denver when I was at a coin show to be graded, and so I have never actually done the paperwork for Annex. Hey, JFA. We got plenty of time today, so if people have been wanting, you know, if there's things y'all want to talk about, or we can take some side trips and do things today. We don't have to. I'm not worried about bumping into Pa today. We don't have an auction today. I don't have anything to really that I want to put up for auction. Now next weekend could be. I haven't really absolutely decided yet, but we might not stream next Saturday. As a matter of fact, I left a panel out of my Cap Bust album I needed to put back. So next Saturday there is a coin show that's fairly close It's just like an hour or so away. And so I may go to that coin show and see if I can pick up a few things to put in, so we can get back to doing some auctions. I'm thinking about maybe trying to get a few things that are dollar starred and that kind of stuff. I do like to have cool things that people might want to get, might ordinarily not have a chance to bid in an auction. But I'm also thinking about stepping up and having a few very nice items. Woo, nice bicentennial. All right, we have the proof on the board. You know, like low mint state walkers. I know a lot of people are doing albums out there, and I have some I need to upgrade to, and so might start trying to do some walkers. I would do currency, but I'm really just unsure on adding much currency because I'm not sure what the interest is from you guys. You know, it's not something everybody's in. You know, I think some people would like to have a piece of currency, and that's great. But some of that stuff, when I buy, I do have to buy it with the intent of turning it around, so that has to be part of the process. I had bid on, I kind of sort of wish I might have stayed with it, but I let it go once it got out of the actual value. It was an ungraded 41S. Hey there, Kimmy King. Ungraded 41S Walker that was, I mean, absolutely beautiful. And that would have been a nice upgrade for the album, but it did go for good money. If you can get them right, you know, not something that's too blingy, but enough that would really look good in an album. I gotta get another stapler. This doesn't do flat. So there's one of our first giveaway items there. A very, very nice bicentennial proof. $72D. $72D. $82P. Hey, Downing Days. J Duds into currency, well, good. So, J Dud, just give me an idea. I mean, you know, because overall, you have to have an idea. There's a hold bicentennial. Those won't go through the. Is there a certain, are you in like national bank notes, silver certificate, horse blankets, gold certificates? You know, what do you like along those lines? You know, if any of you out there that are interested in auctions and doing and adding currency, you know, what are some things that I could look for, see if I could get a good deal on and bring in for you. $2W quarters for JC Lights Pound. That's nice. 72D. The note that I'm bidding on tomorrow are, hey Alexander, are obsolete notes, and those are a whole nother category. Started silver search, now expanding to everything that's now outrageously priced. Okay. They can get expensive. They can get expensive. There's our first NIFC of the box. So I'm kind of encouraged with the box so far. It's given a little bit of everything. We've had a nice little mix of new coins. We've got a proof out of here and an NIFC so far. So hopefully we'll score some silver with it too. Yeah, I looked at them earlier and didn't comment. I saw the post. I didn't look and see exactly what you had, JC. I was going through them. Random silver on the way, says Martin Bowen. Martin had called it before. Yeah, you said it as he was typing it, Michael. You were typing it as he was saying it, or whatever. $71D. $72D. Yeah, now the $5 Hawaii is a very desirable note, Sean Leslie. That's actually one that I've been hunting. I have the 1, the 10, and the 20, I think, of the Hawaii notes. All I have left to get is a 5. So, but the 5 is the most expensive one of the bunch. So you need to hold on to that one if it's in good shape. That could be one to consider being graded. The $5 Hawaii note is the most desirable note of that series, for sure. So you could take good care of that. Get it in a protector or whatever, especially if it's in good shape. $72D. Hey, Anfield. Coin Silver, how are you doing? Hey, Michael Ayrton said, no, it works fine. Hey, Perry Martin. Michael Ayrton said it works fine. He said, leave it alone, Fleabag. 51 people in. Thanks everybody for coming in today. Just a reminder, we'll do the giveaways at the end of the stream based on what the box gives us. So keep that in mind as you coming in. I appreciate the likes. We still need the likes, and I will reward for the likes, but we're going to do it at the end of the stream, and we're going to do it hopefully based on what the box gives us. So you are basically, if you are in the stream, you are doing a box hunt today. A chance, anyway. $71D. how have all the other channels been going? I didn't see, instead of fishing, I'm getting ready to go to storage unit auction. Hopefully, I will score. You know, me and Allison thought about, of course, we were watching back on the Discovery Channel. They had those auctions for storage units and stuff. You know, we kind of played around with doing that. I've got an uncle that did it. I don't think they do it anymore, but they did it for a while. I did vet for truth. I did. I thought I'd sent you an email. If I didn't, I'm sorry. I did receive it. Thank you, sir. You should have your goodies any time. I'd already mailed them. I had already mailed them. $2018, it's going to be the second NIFC. All right, let's see. Let's update that to 2. Yeah, you go to these coin shows and stuff and look for $5 Hawaii notes, and they're hard to find. Not many people have them. They go fairly quick, and I think that's going to be a no FG. I don't know. It's definitely been polished, but I don't know if that's. Let me see if I can get in a little closer. Could be a no FG. I don't know. I see a little raised, a little something raised there. Yeah, I can barely see the G there. That's as close as you can get to a no FG and it not be there, but so yeah, a good mix of coins. Nothing silver yet, but the day is young. So Tennessee, I think, should be kicking off here in a minute, if not already. Alabama is not playing today, so we get a little bit of time to lick our wounds and get ready for Georgia. That's going to be a mega game. Going to be a big game. Georgia is pretty much the top team in the SEC right now. We're still getting our feet under us. Picked up $5.63 star note. Oh, nice. A binary star note. Nice, though. That's got a little bit of premium on it, for sure. And just you know, I don't want to get overran with requests, but if any of you ever find an old note, a star note, or an old silver certificate or something, and would like to know if there's any value to it, shoot me a picture, send me an email. I would be glad to look them up for you. I have all the books. So, like that note that he just picked up, a 63 star note, $5. is it a 63A or just a 63? I'm going to assume just for a $5, and then need to know what the first letter is. If you want to tell me, J Dud, tell me the first letter in the serial number, and it's a 63 or 63A. But they can be worth 75 to 50 bucks or so if it's in good shape, if it's a really good shape. I just have a lot of books, Valerie. Just got a lot of books. Trying to stimulate the currency side, you know, and a lot of people just, you know, it's still something everybody's learning about. People are learning about. Might need a little extra help. But like the Boston 63, that would be a prefix of A, star note, only 640,000 at $75. Yeah, that's if that's in really good shape, J Dud, starts with a star and ends with an A. So was that when they did the star to begin with? So if that was in really good shape, that could be worth $75 in a graded condition. A mint state, a choice 63 for a Boston note, which is prefix A, is $75. So even at and if you just found it, you know, without having to have had paid up for it, then there's definitely some money there. There's definitely some money there. So there's another one. Put it in a holder. There you go, Martin. Yeah, star notes, especially the older star notes, are starting to show some very good margins on them. Okay, let's take a look. Oh man, they got the teller stamp on it, which is for sure a detractor. And it's not in great shape, but a $5 Hawaii, note, is it a 34A? Let me see if I can zoom in. It's a 34. So a $5 Hawaii note in a VF20, which that is worse than that, is $135. So even that note is still probably worth $75 or more, even in the state, even with the teller stamp and everything else, the writing on it, it's probably still worth at least $75 or so. So good find. That's a good one. Let's see on my other sheet. Would you like me to show it, Sean? I can if you want to. It's we don't have to do that. 21. $5.34. And a BG8, it's a $60 note. So I don't know if that was just something that would hand me down or what. All right, give me just a second. I'll try to put it up on the screen. It's upside down, but we can work with that. There it is. So it's got some writing on it here, and some staining at the bottom. There's another picture. There's another picture. There is the other picture. So the back looks pretty good though. I mean, yeah, I mean, that's probably at least $60, $70, I would think. In my opinion, the staining and all is gonna, you know, have a lot to do with it. But for somebody that needed that note, that one's hard to get. I see that J Dud sent me a picture of his too. So here's the star note that J Dud had, star 0200220A. So yeah, that's in fairly good shape there, J Dud. I can see he's got a fold in the center, but that's probably still, you know, $50, $60 note, maybe $45, $50 somewhere in there, 45, 50. It's been heavily circulated. It's got a good many folds and whatnot to it. But yeah, it's got a double fold down the design there. There's another fold there. So there's a corner fold. So when you start adding up all those folds, that's one way that they kind of look at the bills as far as grading goes. Each grading step has a certain number of allowable defects that they will allow you to have before it really degrades the grade. So, but that's still a really nice note. That's one I'd for sure put up and keep. There is a 2020. It's going to be our third NIFC of the box. So thanks for sharing those, guys. That's another NIFC. So that's going to be 4 now. Let me update the board on that. Yep, corners are important. The sharper the better. The sharper the better. Up to 4 NIFCs and a proof. $74D. $71. $74. Crafty Dragon, how are you doing, Crafty? Howdy, howdy. Hope you are well. Shellbell put a temperature on the Discord today. It was 38 degrees where she lives. Is it cool in your area, Crafty? We're still got 90s down here. Still got 90s down here. 74. Hey, Elizabeth Flood. Sorry if I missed you. Southern Metals in the house. How you doing there, Mr. Tony? 2005 NIFC. This box was in bad shape when I got it. One end was almost out of it. Yeah, for down here for sure. It's, I don't know, I think I looked at the long range and it's supposed to start dipping down into the upper and mid 80s sometime next week. So if that happens, I will be happy with it. I'll take it. Didn't check the temp, but probably about the same as Shell Bell. The heat keeps ticking on. Come on now. We ain't had no heat on. Well, we've had the heat on, but it wasn't the one that heats the house. The one that heats the world. Still hot in Arizona. That one was kind of dirty. Hard to tell what was going on. Are you out making bank runs, or y'all are off this weekend too, getting ready for the match of the year next week, Tony? I guess you got a little free time today. $49 people in. I appreciate everybody being in today. I think we picked up a couple of subs this week. I did a couple of shorts. I don't do shorts all the time, but occasionally I get a wild hair and I'll knock one out here or there. Hey, Robert Bruce. When I had the chest pain like 6 days ago, I went to the hospital, had a heart attack. Well, that's a good thing, Robert Bruce. I'm glad that you have to do some bathroom tile repair, and probably tomorrow. Well, best to get it knocked out now, Southern Metal. I'm glad you're okay, Robert Bruce. I'm glad you did not ignore the signs and you went on to the hospital. So I hope they are able to get everything stabilized for you, and you will be good to go. Jim Thompson. Is Jim Thompson in? I haven't seen Jim Thompson today. Is he in here? Wonder how his daughter's doing. So we'll have Hunting Southwest Ohio tonight. 90 here, and there's NC Prospectors. 90 here in North Carolina. Yeah, it's still warm. You know, we'll have to suffer through a while longer, but I guess that's pluses and minuses. We won't be trying to back out a 5-foot snowdrift though. There's the plus to that. Now that I'm retired, I'd like to see a good snow because I don't have to worry about getting to work in it. You know, now I can just let the dogs out and enjoy the experience. Used to, you had to worry about if they were going to, I think that's the NIFC, yep, 2018, if they were going to close the plant or whatever. Yeah, Southern Metal is doing Whatnot, I believe. And Tony, if you want to put your Whatnot link up, there's several Whatnotters in here. Feel free to do that. Feel free to do that. I would like to see it just from letting the dogs play outside and see what they thought about it and that kind of stuff, you know. My snow playing days are over. 71D. I'm sure. Southern Metal, we were talking about Southern Metal tea time. He has gotten into Whatnot, I do believe. I've seen some comments and stuff post to that effect on YouTube. There you go. Southern Metal has his Whatnot link up. Anybody that would like to click on that and help a brother out, please do. Thank you, Tony. Got a $15 credit going along with that for new members, so I don't see one flea bag, or that might just be me, unless it was a graded, you know, something that was graded, verified, you know, but I don't see a whole lot in it, but I don't deal with it. You know, the easiest way you do is just get on eBay, see what people are paying for them. You know, there's collectors of everything, so I'm sure there's somebody out there that's looking for something, but I mean, because a good example is a 74D DDO, you know, I mean, unless it's a highly graded and coin, you can't grade it for a cost if it's like a 62 or 63 that makes the grading worthwhile. So how many people have in the chat have bought an error coin? You woke up one morning and said to yourself, you said, "Self, I'm going out for the 2015 Homestead double pump today." Or how many of you have collections going where you're looking and actually buying now, not finding, but actually buying errors for a collection. $74D. T-Time got 295 DDO, mint date 65 and 64. Nice. Now the upper, the upper scale on the, 65s and up, yeah, I can see that. But I think it has to be an exceptional coin and an error to make it actually, a profitable coin. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference in an error and a variety. That is true too. That is one that I have often stumbled over. Southern Metal, you are very right in saying that. An error is a one-off, like an off-center strike. A variety is like the die was different and they gave you the DDOs. I got you there. I completely agree with that. I have forever dropped the ball on differentiating between an error and a variety. For some reason, my brain just was not able to wrap around the difference when I would look at something. So all DDOs are varieties. Nice, Southern Metal. $71D. So if I found the DDO, that would be a variety. So all of the coins we look for, basically, as far as DDOs, the 74, the 73, the 71 are all varieties. So what would be an example of an error on a... All right, so would a no FG be an error? Would a no FG be an error coin? $72. JC says yes. I was trying to think of one of the coins that we look for that would be an error. No FG is a variety because it happened to thousands of coins. An error only happens to one and is unique. Okay. All right, we're getting the fine tuning on it now. Thank you, Tony, for sharing your knowledge, my friend. So every error like you said, is for one coin. So every error is unique just to that coin. So with that being said, you can see, I can see how errors would be, hey, namaste, thanks again for the memberships. Errors would be desirable from a buying standpoint. I got you. Thank you, Southern Metal. Thank you, thank you. Knowledge is power. We are up to 7 NIFCs. So let me update that. We're down to about the last 15, 20 rows. Hey Lisa D, how are you today? There's another 2018. It's going to give us 8 NIFCs for the day. I may be a little better today, Lisa. You know, I found that, you know, back when my working days, the way I've been feeling this week, I would not have missed a beat. I would have been up and at work every day, soldiering through, you know. And I was telling my son that I always kind of felt that, you know, I'd sit at home, feel so bad, but if I just make myself get up, get some breakfast, eat, you know, drink my coffee, get on through those turnstiles at work and get moving, that, you know, I could make it through the day. But now I don't have that push anymore to go and do. All right, Southern Metal, thank you for chipping in with all that information. I appreciate you, brother. Be safe, and don't work too hard. Get it all done before next weekend so we can polish your lazy boy while we watch that one. So, but you know, once I got to work and got moving, I could make it through the day. But now I find it hard to get moving when I don't feel good. You know, I didn't have no choice because you know, the family liked to eat, and so we wanted to eat. I had to make the money, but now I don't have that drive anymore. So it's easy for me to. I haven't heard of anything, but I'm sure. Yeah, right, Lisa. I haven't heard anything on the 2025, but I don't follow the latest and greatest on varieties and stuff of that nature. So it's easy that I would miss something that came out. There's too much sensationalization on YouTube, you know, they'll post something. This penny's worth $80,000. And that automatically, when I see that kind of description, I'll go right on by it. But yeah, so I just, you know, I find myself easy to spend days sitting at my desk here, fooling around and not getting moving. And, you know, anybody that's ever, you know, said anything about health in your elder years, it's, you know, movement is key. And so I find myself way too easily giving up and just sitting in my office for days on end instead of forcing myself to get out and get moving. So kind of planning on doing a little moving today after the stream. Don't know what yet. May just be mow the grass, get on the lawnmower. I mean, that would be movement of some sort. It'd be riding, but it'd still be moving. Hey, Tom Thumbs. But yeah, movement is key. Hannah's having to work a double today. She actually picked up some work. They have two of these restaurants that she works for. One of them's up on the lake that she works at most of the time, and the other one is here in town. And they asked her if she would like to pick. They had a real bunch of people called in, and so they asked her if she wanted to come and work at the other restaurant for a shift. So she's been bouncing back and forth between both of them, picking up work wherever she can. So Hannah's a hard worker. 71D. All right, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. Yeah, that stuff is, Robert, I agree. A little bit off. I said it earlier, and I think I went a little too far. I almost let it run out of wine yesterday, but I got it going again before it quit. $72D. Still thought the box had potential. I guess they all have potential as long as they're oh yeah, channel up and channel down. Oh me. 72p. I hauled 2 boxes of $50 from the truck to the desk. That was the exercise. And from the bank to the truck. Ooh, Elizabeth Flood got a win in. Fleabag is just being left out today. What is going on, Fleabag? Are you losing your touch? Did you lose your magic wrench? Yeah, there you go. I don't make that many, but I make a couple of times a week. Of course, I had that ain't counting the fact that I had to haul those 4 buckets of coins into the credit union to put them through the coin machine. Then I got $1,000 in ones. That wasn't too taxing hauling the ones out, but I had to go to 2 banks to get them, so that was walking in and out. I went to the store yesterday. Copper Owl coins. Copper Owl will be on tomorrow at 2 o'clock, so y'all make sure you go visit. So I made 2 trips yesterday for that. I went into the store and I cooked spaghetti last night. I was tired of eating out. $71D. I think he ran out of Marvel's Mystery Oil myself there, Crafty. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Elizabeth. I hope you've had a tetanus shot. Oh, nice, Eric. Yeah, that's a nice old case knife. I love it. I've had it for quite a while. I don't like using this one to open coins with. The blade is not quite as stiff on this one, and I'm really trying to, when I open, not use the base to flex the row open. I'm trying not to put too much pressure on the connection there for the blade to the base, and it works pretty well. What currency books? All right, so there's a couple. So this is one that I use at coin shows, J-Dud. You can get this at Barnes & Noble. It was $24.95, and it's the official red book. It has pretty much everything in it. And then when I'm at home, sometimes I like bigger pictures or more information. This is the book I use at home. Paper Money of the United States. So it also has pretty much the same information as this book, but just in a bigger format. So I use this book, these two books for most everything. And then for pricing, I use the gray sheet, which gives you kind of wholesale prices. I mean, the green sheet. I'm trying to find my fractional book. I can't find my other book right now. I've got another book that does deal with fractional currency. And I don't know where I put it. But those are the main ones. It will cover just about everything. The main thing you need to know when you're doing it is you need to be able to determine who the signatures are on the bill. And that gives you the Friedberg number and allows you to know what bill you're looking at. So, but this is the easiest one to get because you can just go to Barnes & Noble and get it. This one you can order pretty easy. So it depends on what you're looking at, what type of currency you want, because they all have different books for them. That's what I use. You're welcome. $73D. Hey, Lori Camarista, or Lori N. Just saw her name there on the points thing. getting down to the nitty gritty. Been a well circulated box, but no silvery stuff so far. 71D. What's up, Kevin? Hanging out. Good deal. Hey, Chris Helms. D. Okay, cool. Jacob said something about a gun show this weekend. $71. $72. All right, last row. Got 69 likes. Thanks everybody for keeping up on the likes. So we got at least one giveaway so far at the wharf. So you still at the coast, Kevin? All right. Okay. Let's get this other box moved around here. In case anyone interested, That Hunt Coin's now going to be offering box hunts on nickels and pennies. Check him out. Thank you, Shellbell. There's Metallic Silver Skull. How are you doing, my buddy? How are you? Looks much like the other box. I don't see no cracked bells looking at me, so. A lot more new ones in this one, in that row anyway. Like a Proofy Proof. Yeah, that's a nice one too. 2003 Proofy Proof. Got another giveaway item there. proof number 2. And we had one more NIFC I haven't added yet. So it's going to be 8 and 2. $71. More new ones in this row. Not necessarily a bad thing. $71D. Yep, silver took off yesterday. $71D. $72. That's a little low there. They were $3 a piece 2 years ago. A lot of coin shops, I think, my opinion, they don't like to buy the 40s. They'd rather have 90s. Of course, I guess that stands to reason. $71D. $71. Bunch of new ones. $72D. $72 likes. Thanks, everybody. 72D. Nice 74. P. When Halloween, that's coming up, isn't it? And daylight savings time. I guess Sean won't have to worry about that in Arizona. Add-D. Hey there, Mysterian. Welcome, welcome. Just a little friendly get-together here. Glad you could make it. Nothing to report, but good company. Oh, Christopher Ty hit the slots. D. 71D. I want to finish this row and change my container out. D. Whoopsie. All right, Robert Bruce, take care, my friend. I hope your health continues to improve. Thanks for updating us on your condition. Stay on top of it. Stay on top of it. 71. There's Jim Thompson. How's your daughter doing, Jim? I think it's 6 o'clock, Martin. I was looking for the currency talk on Thursday, Martin. They didn't pop in and I missed it, did they? Was hoping they'd do another live stream. Although it may be Monday now that he said that worked better for him anyway, so we'll be looking for that. I've got proxies in. I'm going to try to stay up and see them. I maybe not ought to, because if I stay up, I might be tempted to hit the button again. I've already got probably more proxy in than is smart. And if I see my proxy get blown by, I might be better if I was asleep. I would be happy if I got the 6 1/4 note, even if I lost the other one. Elizabeth back. Welcome back, Elizabeth. 73D. The 6 1/4 is my hometown note. That's a Tuscaloosa note. The Black Eagle note is a Huntsville, Alabama note. That's where my in-laws live. Rocket silly. Oh yeah, that's right. I got you want to see the note that I'm looking at? I don't know if I ought to show it or not. Kind of dumb if you're getting into an auction and letting people know what you're interested in. And see, prospectors hit the slots. $74. $71. Thank you, JC. Hopefully, I know we need to see all that we can next weekend. I think that's going to be the test of the year for sure. The test of the year. $21-0 Tennessee. Nice. I'm sure Mr. Dad Spare Change is quite happy, even though he's not feeling the best today. $71D. Silver Skull won the slots. They have been hitting today for some of us. Some of us not named Fleabag. I'm sure Dad's Spare Change. I know, I promise you, I understand. I understand. 74 D. I'm a funny guy. $72. $72. $2004 NIFC. Night 74. $75 likes, so we will have at least 2 likes giveaways and an EOS and a members only EOS coming up here in a little bit. It'll be kind of a shorter stream today. Oop, I almost threw those in the garbage. Oh, good, good, good. Now you're getting nervous. Well, don't get nervous, Fleabag. You gotta, I know I say that. I mean, it's impossible not to, but I'm glad you're, you know, in my view, if you're getting well enough to have a tentative date for the surgery, you know, at least you're kind of balancing the the other things you have going on to a point that you can move on, you know, and getting a strong heart again, that could go a long way toward getting your strength back and getting you back into a better spot overall physically. So I'll be praying for you as always. I've kept you on our prayer list at church, and we will continue to keep you in our prayers for that. So I hope everything goes well. Hey, Otis, please keep us posted. As I said, next weekend probably will not stream next Tuesday. I agree. I know you do, Fleabag. You are not a sit around and there's BH Ringer, sit around kind of guy. I know that has been hard on you. I know that has been hard on you. $71D. So I hope you all will drop in to Rick's stream tonight so that we can enjoy him and what he's got going on. Sure, it will be a fun time. Maybe he can get back on some silver. It was a tough hunt last weekend. You can never do too much praying, Elizabeth. They're still in received. They're still in the received box. They haven't made any moves forward yet. There you go. They're probably going to restrict you from picking those boxes up. So you may want to go ahead and open some and get some stuff set up and staged so you can just reach in and grab a roll there, Fleabag. You want to just get it where you can reach in and grab a roll or a handful or something. Because I imagine you will be restricted from heavy lifting for a little while. I'm glad, Elizabeth. Always good to have a community you can be a part of. That's important. That's important. There you go, Fleabag. Thinking ahead, Fleabag on the job. glad the boxes are circulated. I don't mind, you know, I don't mind going and picking them up when they got something to hunt. You know, it has always been the nature of the beast that silver is not always found, but at least, you know, kind of like Jerry Clyer and that coon in that tree, you know, he got a chance. He's got a fighting chance. He could jump out of that tree and whoop every one of those dogs and walk away. So he does have an option. You don't have an option when they're all uncirculated. So at least we had a shot at finding something. $72. $71. $72D. $71. $72D. Almost. That's the no F. No F. 82P no F. (2004) NIFC. All right, last roll, last roll. We need some last roll magic. Hey, Nick. Last roll magic. I don't see any magic. 71D. $71D. $74D. I don't care what anybody says. I still think that was pretty good couple of boxes there. So we ended up with a total of 9 NIFCs. No miscellaneous, 2 proofs, all right. Done. Now we got ready for some giveaways. We got 78 likes, so we're going to do 2 giveaways for likes. I will draw those back to back. Then we will do 1 EOS giveaway, and we will do 1 members only giveaway. So, so for the 50 light, we're going to do a 68 Kennedy that we found last week. That's going to go along with the V-nickel, dated buffalo, and 2025 nickel from Vet for Truth, Jim Thompson, Michael Erickson. And then for the 75 likes, we're going to do another really nice 1965 40%er, and we're going to do the nicest proof, 2003 proof, is going to go in with the 75 likes. And we will get that running. And while that's going, I will put together the next set of giveaways. So I'm going to pick these both out of the same drawing. So we got 42 people in, and I'm going to pick both names when I do the 50 likes. You got 3 minutes. Nick Molnar comes in with a 99-cent super sticker. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate that, my friend. 99-cent Canadian. Very generous of you. The members only is going to be a nice 64 90%er and a 1950 Benji that we found earlier in the week. And for the EOS today, we're going to do another 40 and another proof. So we're going to do a 67 for the EOS and the bicentennial proof coin we found. That's going to be the other EOS. I will do those separate, so that will be the giveaways today. Scott Christian, welcome to Star Supporter. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Very, very good of you. I certainly appreciate that. I am planning differences in the membership, just so you know. The tier will go to one price only. I plan on doing a monthly giveaway for members only. I'm going to change that to a monthly giveaway. It will be very nice giveaway contingent on the number of members that we have for members only. It could go all the way up to a 4 ounce of silver every month. Depending on the number of interest I get. My thinking on this, and maybe I'm not, I'm just telling you my thoughts. I know a lot of people do not participate in races, but a lot of people do participate in races. And so I'm thinking at the number that I am anticipating putting the memberships at, it will be high enough that to facilitate me doing a nice giveaway every month for members only. And it would be no more money than a lot of people are spending on races and things. I can't race, but I can offer a membership that is valuable enough that you have a chance to really benefit from that. So that's kind of my thoughts on memberships. I anticipate that change starting at the 1st of next month. So just be aware of that. If you guys see your membership have been canceled or whatever, it's going to be because I made a change. 6 seconds to go. Let's see if it goes to, yep, right on in there. Look at that go. All right, we're going to pick 2 winners from this, so be ready. Here we go. The first winner is going to be for the 50 likes. It's going to be Otis Cauldron. Way to go, Otis. And the next giveaway winner is going to be Martin Bowen. Martin Bowen, congratulations, good sir. Uh-oh, we got memberships coming in from Namaste again. 5 more memberships. Look at him go. Timothy Morrell. Timothy, if you're listening, how are you doing, my friend? Good to see you in the chat. Jessica's Dumpster Girls, Monkey King Metals, Scott S., Drylis, and that was the last one, I think. So thank you, Namaste. Very generous of you, my friend. Now we are going to complete that. We're going to do a 2-minute EOS. 2-minute EOS, and here it comes. 2-minute EOS. That is for a proof and a 40%er. Namaste is a pretty generous fellow, I have to admit. pretty generous fellow. I'm about ready for a Mountain Dew. I've gone the whole stream without Mountain Dew, just sipping coffee. And there ain't much left. You're welcome, Otis. Thank you for being a part of the stream, my friend. Got a minute, 18 seconds to go. JC Like Pam gets a last minute slot win in. No auction today, ROG. Sorry, I didn't have anything to do today. I had some notes I could have done, but there hasn't been a lot of interest in the currency that I have on hand. Next weekend we will not stream on Saturday. There is a show that's pretty close that I can go to, and I plan on going to the show and seeing if I can pick up some stuff there. All right, here we go. That should do it. All right, here we go. Winner's going to be for the first EOS, Shell Bell. Shell Bell has won the EOS. And last but not least, this is another giveaway. This is a members only, another 2-minute giveaway. So you have to be a member. You must be a member to enter. You can enter whether you want, or it doesn't matter. It will not enter you unless you are a member or a mod. Member or a mod. So here we go. You're welcome, David. You must be a member or a mod to get in. It will be $2.90, a 1950 Benji and a 64 Kennedy. Two people in. You've got a minute, 4 seconds. Thirty-nine seconds to go. There you go. That sounds good there, Tea Time. 14 seconds to go. Hey, Wendy, you know, I wouldn't mind some ice cream. You might have started something, Tea Time. It might feel good on my throat. My throat not itchy, but it kind of, you know. All right, here we go. Picking the winner for the members only. Again, I appreciate all my members. And that's going to be Christopher Ty. Christopher Ty from the Over the Big Water. Has won the giveaway. Congratulations. All right, that's going to wrap it up, everybody. little faster than normal, but with no auction or nothing else going on, that's to be understood. If I'm going to do no auctions in the future, I may pick up an extra box or maybe 500 in bills or something of that nature. You're welcome, Christopher. I will mail that as I've been doing with the heavier envelope, Christopher, and stamp, and I will get that to you here in the next week or so, or get it started anyway. But what do we have now? So good hunt. Could have been, of course, always could be a little more silver in the box, but we didn't do too bad. We are getting circulated boxes, so that is a plus in itself. And I appreciate everybody being in today. I think I am feeling maybe just a little teeny tiny little bit better. And I appreciate everybody's prayers and thoughts the last week or two as I've been fighting this bug, whatever it may be. And so we will, I guess, see you guys tonight on Hunting Southwest Ohio. And I hope you will be there. It's a great stream. I did a mail call from him today or this week on some cap bust that I got in. Paul will not be on, but they are doing well. They're headed back from the beach. So y'all remember he's got a big benefit auction coming up. I hope everybody will turn out with open wallets to support the AFSP. Very, very good organization. And so with that being said, we're going to say hi and bye. And see you Tuesday. If I get boxes in, probably not next Saturday, but I'm going to try to be back in Tuesday night. We'll do 2 more boxes of something. So you guys take care, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, everybody.